What's going on? How y'all doing out there? What's going on? So we're gonna talk about these NBA playoff losers, and some people it was the end of the road. Some people it's on the brink, and some we just don't know. So let's start with the two teams, the losers, who is bye. That it's over with. The Bucks, the Magic, and then we talk about the Knicks, and then we talk about the Clippers. The Bucks. Um, Gary Trent Jr. showed up and helped Giannis as much as he could, and they did get in overtime. But Halliburton came with that game-winning shot. The Pacers just had more going for them offense, a better team unity, and playing really together. They have a squad that can score. Their defense leaves a lot to be desired, but on the offensive side, they're probably, even though the Knicks have the third best record in the East, I think the Pacers are probably right now, I'd say, the third best team as far as an offensive power behind Cleveland and Boston. But as far as offensively, they can hang. They just don't play no defense, ironically, for a Rick Carlisle team. But Halliburton came up big. I like how Halliburton defended Giannis, because Halliburton's dad was out of line for that whole thing at the end of the game. But Milwaukee just didn't put up a fight. And Damian Lillard, thoughts and prayers and hope he gets well with everything. But they didn't really put up a fight. Gary Trent Jr. came up big. They had some help from that. But Lopez, Kyle Kuzma were ghosts. Giannis balled out. You get the feeling if this happens again, Giannis is gone, and I don't know how much longer they can tolerate Doc Rivers. So they go on fishing. And then with a guy like Giannis, he too good to be sent home this quick. But he's 4 years removed from that chip, and it's starting to seem longer than that. So you just don't know. So that was a biggie. The Orlando Magic had a good enough season. It was a gentleman's sweep. Pablo and Franz played really well, but they too slow on their pacing and just don't have the depth. And they're no match for when Boston can turn it on. I mean, keep it. Jason Tatum joined Larry Bird with the 35-10 and the steals, and he played. He balled. They just a better team. And Joe Mazzulla, they play better defense. I know Orlando was trying some tactics as far as trying to rough them up or what have you, but usually when teams do that, it's because they just don't have any offense. They just don't have the juice. They don't have the horses to connect, and that's what that came down to. Boston just had too much firepower, and it pretty much went one way, and it was over. So at their best, you get 5 games, and you know how these things go. There is no mystery. That's how that goes. Then we get into the